Pennant Hills Premiership tilt begins early. This Division 1 Grand Final. Can the reserve grade get the day off to a perfect start for the red and blue? We're underway. The opening bounce is a perfect one. The Rucks go at it. Clark with the kick along the ground. Get it free to Baglin. Yeah, it's the opening kick in anger of this Grand Final. And it's been pushed through by Fitzpatrick, making a good strong tackle as well on Robert Watts. And the umpire will call a ball up. Still a strong wind around Henson Park. Conditions going to be blustery for the remainder of the afternoon. It's the first 450 entry for the Demons, and a mark is paid to Anthony Braun. And he's got well within kicking distance. About 25 metres out from goal. A 45-degree angle. We'll look to put in the first goal of this Division 1 Grand Final. It's third against fifth. Sydney University looking to take the flag from fifth spot. As this kick is away to the right-hand side. For the opening score of the Grand Final of the Demons, they lead by a point. Murray Canellan.
Thank you very much, Julian Dorr. Yeah, third versus fifth. Pennant Hills ended up after the regular season 12-6. Uni, they've done it the hard way. They came into the finals in fifth, 10-8. They beat the Bats by 5 in the semi-final, and then beat the minor premiers Balmain, who were bungled out in straight sets. They won the prelim by 11. Pennant Hills, they had the easy way to this grand final. They beat the minor premiers, the Tigers, by 41 points to get themselves into a granny. There's a big crowd from both sides here in attendance. Uni are well attended. They're running the canteen, they're running the grog, so there's plenty of them here. It's Pennant Hills who look to go inside 50 again, but it's watched across the boundary line there by Anthony Braun, number 51. Now, he's my player to watch this afternoon. Kicked 43 goals in the regular season, and I reckon he's got to kick 3 or 4 if Pennant Hills want to take home Grand Final number 1. They're here in 2 grades, and they'll certainly want to at least bring one piece of silverware home. Good tackle there from Lachlan Irwin, but it's Uni. We're going to go out the back through Higgins.
It's a bit of a run on down the far side. A good kick along the wing, marked by Kendrick. And the attacking wing approaching half forward for the Students. A long thumping kick towards the right forward pocket. No mark, goes through hands. Baglin does well to chase. Nixon with a tackle, comes free. And it's retrieved by Meadler, who is in a pretty poor kick, but over the top is Watts. Pushes it towards the boundary, running through the other direction. The Students able to force it over the line for a throw.
I'm just taking roll call here for Sydney Uni. They named a large team this afternoon, so we're just going to try and find out who the outs are. The boundary umpire needs to get his radar going, because that was well into the centre of the ground. But they're just going to use a bit of time. They go long. We saw the wind played havoc in the under-19s. Good tackle, called play on. Don't think Holmes really had it now. Good smother there from Pennant Hills as they go the other way, and they're going to switch play across to Jason Clark in the long sleeves, something you don't see often in Sydney AFL. Right on the logos there as he gets a smother, Julian.
So Clark flashes in. That's great defence by both these teams, throwing themselves into it. Another ball up. Good work from William Pearce. Himself into it, and Clark comes off. He's easy to spot. From the throw in already, the hips and shoulders being thrown in. Crunching grand final footy. And a free kick goes to the D's, the Abbott. No longer in power, but with the footy. And the kick, as well as his political career. Goes now. Still fumbling around the ball just outside the half-back line. Handball finds Jack. He's surrounded. Well held. The Demons somehow surviving. Wick now has possession. Kicks it down the grandstand boundary. Mark take it. The Students head back the other direction. Kick over the head of Holmes. Comes through, retrieved by the D's. They got numbers. Smart handballing. Step in well by Braun. Links up with Scholar. As the trumpet gets a work out, the kick inside 50. With the D's, they got numbers. Step it around, loses his footing. Puts in a little short kick with Zickman. He'll be one to watch this afternoon. He's going to have a big impact. The D's are to take the Division 1 premiership as the Students handball themselves out of danger. It's Ryan with the ball, he gets it away. And now a kick down centre wing.
Yeah, we're about to load in the third at Royal Randwick. Oh, sorry, no, that's the trumpeter blowing the call to the post. We've got a free kick.
I do like it when the Sydney University Music Department gets the call up at grand final day.
And we've got the coaches to the right-hand side now. If the coach continues to yell like he has in this first 5.5 minutes, then he'll dead set lose his voice by midway through the third.
He's got to pace himself.
Exactly.
Long day, long day.
It certainly is, and the three of us will learn that lesson as Peter Barnes takes a strong mark. Left foot inside 50 now. Good use of the body and the arms. Can't take the mark. Snap on goal now. Needs a bounce, but it's rushed behind. There by Ben Fitzpatrick.
Just notice, boys, here, the grandstand, we've lost power to the scoreboard. The defining factor for the day.
Well, we'll
might have a few people over our shoulders here at some stage.
Pay the bills.
Do love a crowd, the more the merrier.
But the jumping castle is still intact, so that's good news.
I tell you, if it gets any windier, you might see the jumping castle at full forward.
It's a little disappointed that we aren't calling from the jumping castle. That would be a fun little treat. Not sure how practical it would have been, though.
Matty Graham up there next to the scoreboard, making all sorts of phone calls as Pennant Hills go forward.
Into the forward line again. A good second grab mark. Chance to go back and put through the opening major of this Division 1 grand final.
This is your boy here, Muzz. Anthony Braun, stalwart of the Pennant Hills Football Club.
I haven't even got him around yet to who we're tipping in this one. How do you see you got for this grand final?
You never say never with Pennant Hills. They are a great finals football club, and it's not a great kick. So if I'd have to lean one way, I'd probably have to lean towards Pennant Hills.
Yeah, me too. The week off, I think, although Uni have done it the hard way coming from 5th, so their finals hardened. I think that will go a long way. I reckon like the under-19s, we're going to see a very tight tussle, and we might not get a clear winner until deep into the 4th term.
So I'm the only one tipping the Students then. Found the upset. I think the magic touch with Sydney University in this run. Any side that can knock off Balmain in a prelim final, the way they did it late last week, is very impressive. So now the D's with Scholar. Kicking it well inside 50. Full forward. Again, they interrupt the flow. Trying to get through the kick. Well smothered. Great pressure by Higgins. It's kick clear by Kennedy. Back out towards the half-forward line. They're throwing themselves at the footy with reckless abandon here in the early stages.
Just got an injury concern here for Pennant Hills. Pick up who's coming off, but it looks like a shoulder straight from one of that heavy contest, and he looks in a bit of worry.
He knows it's out as well. I reckon he's had this a couple of times. The way he's holding his shoulder up himself, he knows it's out. Whether or not he wants to play on, that's the next question. It's Jake Gunston, who was named by the DJ as one of the fellas to watch, so curse of the DJ struck. Peter Barnes going to have a big shot on goal here, Julian. The breeze is going to that car park end, so you've got to make hay while the wind blows.
It has stopped at the moment as that car park continues to fill up. Don't know how we're going to get out of there by the end of the day. Blocks upon blocks upon blocks. Barnes looks to send it straight through. Missed it to the right. The trumpet may have played a role, although I doubt it when you get to this level. 3 behind so far for the Demons. Hawaii 5, no score for the Students.
A little bit rusty, the old trumpeter.
I think he's moved from sax to trumpet, and the move's not been good for him.
Didn't they have bagpipes here last week, didn't they?
They did have bagpipes, so
I'd rather see the bagpipes or hear the bagpipes.
like most bands, just can't find a good bass player to put the band together.
The man talking there knows plenty about bands. Have a music man from way back. Good run of the ball there from Holmes. He sees it across the line.
And you can just see there, Muzz, that kick out from the square has landed almost centre wing. It's a real howling breeze coming from right to left.
Ball back into play, right on the Pennant Hills logo. Tap down one by Uni, and it's going to be Pennant Hills who half get themselves out of it. The umpire says, "You're gone, son." Ted Widmar, his brother, I'm sure is here already. He's in a couple of hours' time, Julian. We're going to have the big one, East Coast v Pennant Hills.
So we look forward to that. 2:45 p.m. this afternoon here on AFL Sydney Live. Make sure you stay with us. The biggest game of the year. It's Pennant Hills through Meadler. The kick to centre wing, but it's intercepted happily by Ryan. Now, lumps it forward, inside 50. Bounces up high. This ground has held up very well. So far, one game. A little bit dusty in areas, though. I had a little bit of a walk around out on the ground in between the 19s and the start of this game. In certain areas, it reminds you of the old MCG back in the 1980s, where a collection of sand can build up in different areas of the ground. It is very hard surface, though, despite the fact we've had considerable rain. Particularly hard in the middle of the ground down the corridor.
That's the Sydney Orthopaedic Surgeons centre square. And I wonder if Gunston got hit in that area. He's gone up the race, it seems. So probably trying to put that shoulder back into place, or at least let it do it itself. Good hit at the ball there from Braun again. It's Uni. They thump it down long by the broadcast wing. Don't see how the man got rid of the ball there in Tim Scholar.
Real good crowd building up here, Muzz, here at Henson Park. It's a wonderful day of AFL football for the Sydney area. And the crowd's coming to watch.
That one day in September, we'll dream about is the students through Ryan. He's got all the time. That's a terrible kick. There are no words that can aptly describe that. Kendrick goes through the middle and a free kick goes to the Demons. Well, Sam Ryan will want that back again. He had maybe too much time, because that was one of the worst kicks he's probably ever had.
Yeah, I think the plays, if I'm playing in Premier Division, I'm really watching this game hard to see what the wind is doing to the ball either end, because it's going to be a real contributing factor into both the games we're about to see, or this game and then Premier Division, because it doesn't look like it's going to die down anytime soon, the breeze. Strong to the left of your screen. Ball comes out the back for Irwin, gets his hand pass over the top there to Stucker, who just puts it on the boot, down the outer side. Two players look at it, Lowe does, little hand pass over the top. His harder heads prevail here as Uni just head down, bum up, hand pass from Clark, and good smother. These little 1%ers, they all add up on grand final day. Pennant Hills just try and tab it forward. Brant Jack, they sit over it. Umpire says give to me.
Right on the 50-yard, ball up. 3 behinds for the Demons. No score yet for the Students. Now kicking with a very strong headwind. At the moment, the D's going towards the car park end. The kick to the top of the square. Drops down. Can he step around Watts? The kick was smothered beautifully. And Colden hits the kick down the corridor. Past halfway. It bounces back. D's there in numbers, though. Meadler. A long kick into the breeze. It's down to the right half forward line. Uni there with numbers. Here's Boyd. Hits it straight to the waiting arms of Meadler, who takes the mark on the AFL logo.
He does, and he goes wider still to find Scholar. Looks up, good mark. Plays on numbers. Widmar looks up, top of the square on the second attempt. Robert Watts plucks it from the air. This kick as the breeze gets up, only on a slight angle, only from about 10 metres out. But I'd rather the ball in his hands than mine, Julian, because I wouldn't be very confident.
No, not at all.
Staring at the Sharon right now. Looks like he's aiming, if anything, a little bit left, but straightens up, puts it straight down the hay-diddle-diddle. First major of the afternoon, 1-3-9. Pennant Hills leads Sydney Uni. The emergency score, 0-0-0. Craig, I do really need to brush up on the rules. You must be allowed to have 5 on the bench in this grade. Because let's find the bench there. I could have sworn I saw 5 dressed a little bit before. But that'll be the key. When teams are kicking to the car park end, Julian, players are going to have to realise the ball's going to fall short. And I reckon we're going to see that won't be the first time we see this afternoon a player that needs to get into front position and take the mark.
Full forward will become a very pivotal position, more so than usual, down at the car park end throughout the day. If this wind holds up, and the latest we've got from the Bureau is that it will. It's the students handballing themselves into trouble here. Vincent gets the boot to ball down the corridor. More than anything else, just to get downfield. Birch couldn't retrieve it. It's in dispute. Contest. Birch goes in. Sits up for Carey. Tackle to the well. Tackle down to the well.
The tackling pressure from both sides so far has been good. It's typical of a grand final, of course, but Pennant Hills just using the ball just a little bit better than the students at the moment.
Ball goes up. Ruckman Kennedy for Uni. They just hack it forward. One-on-one here. Who's going to win with the fleet of foot? It's Adam Smith. Not much on top, but he did well down below with his feet. Got his hand pass across to Hodges. He goes to the outer wing. That's a good mark there by Lachlan Vile. Over the shoulder grab, edge of the centre square. Looks up and goes down the line. Picked off by the Unis. He can send this long and high, and they do so. Mark can't be taken, but they've got numbers at the back. They just need to get boot to ball. And it's going to be Pennant Hills who rush this across. And Julian, the message, I reckon, at quarter time, if you're kicking to the scoreboard end and the scoreboard still hasn't come back up, you can have a dip from the centre circle, the centre circles, and you're going to be able to kick it to that hot spot sort of 10-15 metres out from the top of the square. That's how much the breeze is assisting teams going to the scoreboard end.
Interesting to see how the game plans will work as the day goes on with this breeze. Conditions will certainly play a factor. Pretty much kiss goodbye any hope of a 40-goal shootout between two sides, unless they all come from the one end, of course. Oh, that's a heavy collision.
That's Clark out there. You mentioned the long sleeves. I don't think I've ever seen him wearing short sleeves, so it's a little bit of a trademark there.
There's the Michael Tuck's going. It's a kick into the 50. It's allowed to bounce forward. The students looking to build some pressure. Nixon sees it on. Handballs it to the ground. Smith in trouble. Good work by McPherson. Sends up Longman straight down the gullet. Marked it full back by the D's, who can now clear their lines once again.
Yeah, this is going to be a real crucial part of the game. Is teams, when they're kicking against the breeze, coming out of their own back ends. We saw the Bulldogs in the under-19s were unable to get past pretty much this line for about 7 or 8 minutes.
You've got to really set up differently, I reckon, Muzz. You can't afford not to have anyone right deep in the forward line. The ball is going to float in, and we've seen on a couple of occasions already, Pennant Hills just had that extra man back there and took a relieving mark. So, Sydney, you got to think about that.
We do have the coaching staff just to our right. They're barking plenty of instructions, and I reckon one of the big messages they've been harping on is Baglin gets some time and some space, has one bounce right on halfway, sends it inside 50, but another intercept mark to the students, this time through Gowers. They love the tackling pressure. The coaches to our right just barking out tackle at every opportunity.
All of a sudden, we're hitting the 19-minute mark of this first term, boys. It hasn't felt like it's been playing for that long, but just been ticking away. And Pennant Hills, although they're 9 or 8 points up, they'd desperately like to get another one.
It's a short quarter, I fancy. Finds the open man. It's a good mark by Andrew Holmes.
You'd have a shot from here.
Absolutely. He's got the breeze at his back. He's going to give it a long thump. It's going to go to the left and just tuck in the behind post for a minor score.
Just wonder if coaching staff from the Premier Division sides are just having a look and just writing a few notes down, because that's certainly a message you give to your players. If you're kicking to the scoreboard end and you're inside the centre square, if you trust you can kick it 55, well, you can certainly kick it 60 plus here this afternoon. Toss, little cheeky hand pass, the 1, 2, 3. Now it's Irwin, looks up, has a second bounce of the logo, runs himself into a bit of trouble, and a nice hand pass around the corner there to Vile. He looks up, inside 50, mark can't be taken, but getting the crumbs there's low.
Nice.
He now gets his hand pass over the top, but it's just golden blue hoops, and unfortunately Clark with the long sleeves went without it.
Marking contest taken by Ryan. No mark paid though. Cries of ball from the red and the blue. It's batted on by Boyd. Now, look at Boyd turn on the pace. He's got Jack chasing after him. Tries a desperate tackle. He can't make it. They're kicking to the forward line. Bit of a shove. It's still play on. Spinning out. Brown. Huge cries of ball. Umpire.
I think we'll see a free kick here, boys. One of the umpires was blindsided on the wrong side of the ball, but the umpire from the centre of the square saw the high contact.
That's good for the umpire. That's what you want. When you could see from the way the camera angle is set up that there was no way the controlling umpire would have been able to see what happened. Let's go quickly through the umpires. Jeff Christini, Lachlan Head, Lachlan McDonald, the field umpires. Boundary, John Rees, Max Petrovic. Goal umpires, Nick Ford, Craig Terry. Emergency, Matt Geddes.
Chris Brown for the first goal of the day for the students. Stands and delivers. The margin is 1. Sydney University get their first goal in the Division 1 Grand Final. 1-3 plays 1-2. 21 and a quarter minutes gone opening terms. We take a look at the replay.
Let's have a look at this free kick, boys. You can see here that almost would have been a push in the back. Umpire decided to play it on. There's this little handball here, and there's the second touch there, and you can see the umpire in the background blindsided, but some good work, good teamwork between the men in yellow, and picked up the high contact, and of course a good finish. Sydney Uni have their first.
Chris Brown adds to Robert Watts as the major goal kickers. 1-3-9 Pennant Hills. They still lead the students 1-2-8. We're at 22 minutes. We're approaching the 22-minute mark of the first term.
The students can nab one more before quarter time. Well, they had to kick into the wing. Pearce sends it inside 50. Good mark. Well done at the back. And that's Adam Smith. Easy to spot. He's been strong at the half-back line so far. He's got some room. They go to him, but instead it puts it on the boot. In towards the 50. Good spoil. Ryan again, he's been heavily involved. Try to affect the spoil. A little short kick. Plenty of pressure on the Ds. So they lock it in. Jack finds room, but Pearce is there to intercept. And pass with Miller back to Pearce as the siren goes to end the first quarter. It's been a tough one. No real room to work in for either side. At the end of the first quarter, just the 1 point the difference. The Demons leading 1-3-9 to the students 1-2-8.
The Demons will be pretty upset with that, giving away that goal late in that quarter. They worked so hard into the breeze to get ahead in this game, but as we go into the quarter time break, just the 1 point separating these two teams. And we've got this one set up. And as we've seen, the wind is playing a factor this afternoon, and it'll be interesting to see which team adapts best as we take a break here at Henson Park. You're watching the Division 1 Grand Final. It's Sydney University taking on the Pennant Hills Demons, and at the quarter time, it's the Demons by 1 point. just might go down now. We've got Murray Canallan down on ground level, and Muzz, you're out there. What's the feeling like out there? And give us some sort of idea on the breeze as well as you're out there in the middle.
Yeah, both sides now making a good chance to talk to each other about positioning for the breeze, making sure Sydney Uni talking about how they're going to have to play in front. I've got an update on the scoreboard. It's the computer system has gone down, so they're trying to get an electrician out here as quick as possible, and they're trying to figure out a temporary way of doing things. So I'm just going to do me whispering Brian over here to the Pennant Hills. Just talking about being relaxed. Slow it down just that little bit now that they've got the breeze. Just going to walk across to the Uni boys at the same time and check the messaging here. All the players for Uni still in their groups. So I have a look at the whiteboard. Pressure while maintaining composure written there. All the players seem pretty good, all just having a calm chat to each other. Forward entries, and they're just looking at their transition as they now come in tight. Coaching staff who we saw, not much of a whiteboard, so pressure's the tick, they like that, and transition run is going to be key for their watch their quarterback and then on at the stoppages. So I'll have to find out who they think the Pennant Hills quarterback is out of their back half. Pretty good crowd in attendance as we look back at the King George V Memorial Grandstand. The siren goes. We're a minute away from this second term, and there's a healthy crowd here, and that breeze, as you said, really blowing pretty much from the entry gates here at Henson Park straight down the goals. And I reckon Uni are probably a few goals short in that first term. I reckon it's a good 3 to 4, potentially a 5-goal breeze. So we'll see what Pennant Hills can do in the next 25 minutes.
Fantastic insight down there at ground level from Murray Canallan, and just sneaking into both huddles. It's interesting that no one questioned his why he was there with a microphone, sending messages back to whoever it was. But great to hear that, and yeah, that breeze. Julian Dorr, who's up here in the box with me, yeah, you can tell it is going to play a very big part in all grand finals this afternoon.
Already has. It already made a big impression in the under-19s, and it has here in the opening term of the Division 1. It's going to be the key throughout the day. Whoever can handle it, whoever can play best with this breeze, is going to come out with the flags, the 2 flags left on offer here this afternoon.
All in readiness now for the start of the second term. Pennant Hills leading by 1 point in this BLK AFL Sydney Division 1 Grand Final. And as we just wait for the last of the stragglers to make their way off Henson Park, umpire holds the ball aloft, and to get us underway in this second quarter, here with Julian Dorr from ABC Grandstand.
So here we go. It is Pennant Hills by 1 point as we start the second quarter of the Division 1 Grand Final. Handball out of the middle. Good pressure from the students. Clark gets it down the ground. Hand pass, and Sydney University going into the breeze in this second quarter. Miller chasing after he loses it. Vile. Handball onto Witt. It's an up and under, a spiralling kick. Good mark by Kirkham. It's a difficult ball to take. Marks it at the right half-back position. The grandstand side. Kicks it now down to centre wing, and a pack forms. Good work by the big man, Gary Birch. Marks it right in front of the Pennant Hills bench. Again, little kick. I think they might have paid the mark to Vincent here. They have. So he marks it just shy of half forward, and in the moving the ball well. The mark on the pocket by Chris Kendrick. But he's got that wind to deal with. It's too far out to score. He puts in a little centering kick, goes through the hands. Not great. Wants the way back to Kendrick. Been forced back out. But Pearce tries to send it back in. It's been smarter than out of bounds on the 50-yard. 1 point the Demons lead in the Division 1 Grand Final for 2015.
90 seconds through now. As Jules said, just the 1 point margin. And, Jason Clark in the long sleeves, also the Pennant Hills coach, and he delivered a really quiet yet strong message. No yelling like we saw a fortnight ago, Abba, in the St George huddle. That might come as things get more and more desperate. Ball tracked in here just adjacent to the logo, and there is the coach hanging onto it like his firstborn.
He's rocking the salt and pepper hair as well.
Tell you what, it takes a brave man to rock the long sleeves.
He's been around a long time, Jason Clark. He's been absolute stalwart of the Pennant Hills Football Club, and he'd desperately love to coach this side and play in the premiership.
And it's real. I really take my hat off to anyone that can try and play and still coach, because not only do you have to think about your job while you're out there and what you need to do, but then you're also trying to pick up areas in which your team might be a little bit deficient in, or
it's really
matchups to move.
You rely heavily on your bench, and that's where the key to a good playing coach is. They need to have their structures in place, and they need to have complete faith in their bench.
While the uni coaches, 3 or 4 of them are up here on the whiteboard running through. Ryan, shot into the pocket.
It's really not the kick today, Muzz, that kick in forward. You can't go deep and wide into the pockets. One, because you need to get closer to goal because of this breeze, and 2, but almost impossible to score from out there.
Yeah, we might have to transfer the White Lady sponsorship from the far left-hand scoreboard pocket to this grandstand car park pocket. We've seen a few times now, especially in the 19s, we saw a couple of times. When they come in through this wing on the grandstand side, they just aim up at that pocket. I think they need to go long to the square.
Ball thrown in centre wing, the grandstand side. The Demons lead by a point, 3.5 minutes into the second quarter. It's Ryan. He's been so heavily involved. Gets another handball away to Holmes. Kicks it to the 50. Work by Smith to get in the road. It's well pressured, good tackle.
In trouble here.
No,
all sorts.
couldn't be.
He's paid it.
Jeez, that's tough.
He had a couple of opportunities. The hands are free, and he maybe tried to break the tackle.
Hendrick sends it in. Oh, that is a lovely effort. Had to take 2 or 3 dips, Tim Scholar, but he takes the mark. The kick isn't as good as the mark. The hand pass back in. The Demons locking them up well. High kick down to the wing. The grandstand side will go over the line. Defensive wing for the Dems.
I think that's going to be the play when kicking with the breeze out of your back half, is from a kick out. I tell you what, you just nearly put a barrel straight down the centre every single time. If you're confident with your kick, or you find your long kick, he's going to get you well into the centre square. As Uni now, one-on-one attempt, but playing the front man is Tim Scholar. He does a good job of getting his hands to the pill first, and the kick to Barnes through his hands. Now Ryan, little hand pass to McPherson. He gets it back from the 1-2. McPherson's not good. We've got a whistle.
There's a high shot there on Riley Meadler. It's been paid. And he's going to get 50 as well. I would imagine this is for dissent.
Just to pick up on there, Tim Schooler in the back line there is doing a ton of work, and of course it's going to be a game where you're going to be tested in different ways each quarter, but Schooler is doing a wonderful job back there for Pennant Hills.
Pennant Hills into the pocket. The bounce favours the students. So does the boundary line. Said it quarter time, I thought there was a 4 or 5 goal breeze in this. So far, things are all tied up.
The ball thrown back in, the Demons with it. The handball finds Clark. Long kick down the line from Uni. It's side up in the attacking wing of the line as Birch watches it over. Watching it live on AFL Sydney. The Division 1 Grand Final, the reserves playing off for the prize. Pennant Hills Demons, 3rd position against the 5th place Sydney University here at Henson Park in very windy conditions. Into the 50, strong collisions everywhere. Birch trying to get involved, but the Demons able to knock it out of danger, at least for the moment. It goes out of bounds, defensive wing. There's change cameramans here. Murray Canellan, commentator, now cameraman.
Yeah, I've been bagging Abba for a very long time about how hard this can be, and we're about to find out how hard it is indeed.
Tied up now, the ball in the hands of Lowe. Trying to get free is Sam Ryan. He's been impressive, Sam Ryan. He's always involved. Hodges now gets some free room. Kicks it into the half-forward line. Bounces up. Kirkham looking to retrieve it. Gets it on. And the mark taken by the students. As I think they're going to transition to the binoculars here. Hope you're enjoying it at home. It's a 1-point margin. No score in this second quarter. The kick into the forward 50. It's alive here for Holmes. He looks to put in the kick towards the goal square. It's touched on the line. But the goal is given.
If I knew how to work the replay machine, I'd get us back to a replay. Abba has run to help the electrician for the scoreboard. Obviously, the scoreboard is something that we certainly do need for both sides. Felt like that was very close to being touched on the line. So Sydney Uni get a goal.
No, that's, you've taken one off Sydney.
So, there we go.
14.
That's the
9.
cameraman comes back, and thank goodness for that.
Absolutely. A big sigh of relief goes up. It's the students now with a 5-point lead. Out of the centre, worked by Clark. Will get the free kick going his way. The old stager, the captain coach, sends it into the forward line, finds a man open. With all the time in the world, that's Pat Witt. Puts it into the centre towards where the goalposts once were, but Kirkham takes the mark. 30 out from his own goal. Sends it down to the right half back pocket.
You see, once again, Witt could have nearly had a shot himself there. Never looked at the goals. As we see I think that's Div 5 from memory.
No, I think that...
Or 3.
3 or 4, I think. UTS with the Div 5 premiers.
So they'll be well lubricated by the sponsor's product. Kick goes into the centre square. Meadler can't get clean passage. Now they can. A couple of hand passes. Oh, that's nice work. Abbott turns around, goes long. They've got a 2-on-1 if the numbers work.
Yes.
That's a goal from the arc. And there it is again. The message has got to go out. If you're inside the centre square and you know you've got a good kick on you, then let loose. We have a look here. The kick was an absolute sack. Abbott just looks up, right 50.5 metres out.
Off one step, not to say the least. Wow.
So 1-point lead for the Demons. Julian Dorr, Murray Canellan, Craig Abercrombie with you at Henson Park. Sydney's right in the centre of town from Marrickville, the old home of the Newtown Jets. A great park. Enjoying it here this afternoon as the students moving it down the side with Ryan. Kicks it down the line. Mark taken. A little short kick looking to get another entry. Kendrick is barreled over. Handball on to Jared Boyd. Tries the shot, but the breeze is just so strong.
That was great from Jason Clark. Just made sure he put pressure on and affected the kick and essentially caused the turnover.
For a little bit. Emergency umpire, so just getting his Mars bars worth this afternoon. Of course, you don't get paid if you're the emergency umpire, just a Mars bar and Coke. Unless you go out, then it's 2 Mars bars. So Uni now trailing by 1 behind. We've had a couple of early, the under-19s, an absolute ripping affair going to North Shore. It's now Holmes, works the boundary line. Tight proximity, a couple of hand passes. Shot on goal coming up for the students. The goal umpire leans back. And they pick up the lead once again. That goal going the way of Michael Carey. So 3-2-20 Let's just have a look at Holmes. Works well there. Hand pass over the top. They're going to link up nicely. Carey running onto it. Doesn't make the mistake. Just missing the Sydney Uni goal scorer. We'll find that in a second. Goals to Brown. Carey. Find out at half-time who else has picked up one through the big sticks.
Boyd with it. Jared Boyd. The ball on the ground. Finds Vincent. Brings up some danger for Fitzpatrick, but he regathers it and does well. That's a handball onto Vincent. Oh, that's a coat hanger and a half. Right in the back of the head. And Jason Clark. A bit of a how do you do, son?
Yeah, it's Jason Clark again. Just
Jared Boyd is on the deck.
Trying to assert some authority and a little bit of experience. You just see it coming into frame.
Whack. That's what causes eggs on the back of your head. With a nice shiner there as the kick.
Didn't make him pay though.
No, that's a terrible one. Demons with it in the half-back line. Working it through the hands, mark taken by Miles.
He loops one over the top to the ball. Smith, good tackle there. Not sure how he got rid of it, but play on the call. In the hands now, Vile looks up and links up with Watts, gives it back to Vile. He loops a hand pass over the top to Widmer. Long inside 50, the students are back there. That's a strong mark taken by Aaron Hawkins in his defensive 50. Going back with the flight of the ball. That's lovely stuff. 13 and a half minutes through the second term. Sydney University 3-2-20. They lead Pennant Hills 2-3-15. Courtesy of ABC Grandstand, here's Julian Dorr.
Don Vincent with the ball in front of the bench. It's centre wing on the grandstand side. Gives it plenty. Goes straight to the wrong player. Ted Widmer takes the mark in the defensive wing right on the Demons logo. It's the first of two grand finals for them today.
So Mr. and Mrs. Widmer must be 6'4" each, because they've produced two extremely tall sons. And I reckon if there's a girl in there, she'd be a gun netballer at the same time. Brant Jack there, he's certainly played up in Premier Division, so down a grade this afternoon. A big leap from the side from the students.
That should be holding the ball, Muzz.
And it's gone. Michael Carey went the big fly and then was begging for a free kick.
It's with the D's, so from the free kick, Hodges gives it heaps with the wind at his back. Into the pack it goes. Strong from behind, the mark by Pat Coughlin.
They've taken some good marks back there, Sydney University, just to relieve a bit of the pressure, and they're doing well at the moment, especially kicking into the breeze.
The kick was intended for Gowers, but enough pressure put on him by Vile to see the ball out of bounds. So we hit the 15-minute mark of this second quarter, the Division 1 Grand Final. Pennant Hills, the third place against Sydney Uni from 5th position, looking to claim the prize in the second tier of AFL Sydney competition. The ball's tied up at centre wing. We'll have the ball up once again.
It's almost an embarrassment of riches there at Pennant Hills, having probably 50 blokes that are all training. They would have had a big training session on Tuesday and Thursday night, you'd think. Both the Div 1 and the Premier Division boys in grand final, so it would have been a healthy night at training. I'm sure someone would have cooked a big feed afterward. Into attack now for the students from the side. Nice work there, strong at it. Hard as ghost knees there, Hodges. He loops the hand pass over the top and they're out through Witt. Looks up and goes long. Here's the win. Jack sits at the back. Couldn't take it. Tries to lay the tackle now, goes for the second effort. That's lovely work from Brant Jack. It's back inside, the students with it. Nice little hand pass and a step inside from Clark, but he's gunned down from Barnes.
Here's a drop kick, a kick, Muzz.
And there's a brawl going on. Fists almost flying. The emergency umpire comes in to break that up.
Just the spark of fear. You saw tracksuit pants running towards you, Muzz. It just
two bright white sweatbands.
To strike fear into the hearts of all men as the ball goes out of bounds. The attacking wing.
We do have some fun with the umpires, but they do a fantastic job, and we must give them the credit that's due. They are a grand final outfit out here as well this afternoon.
Ball thrown in. Attacking wing for the D's. Widmer at the ruck. Punches it inside the yark. Clark tackled. Gets it free. The kick down the line. It's an up and under. Will it sit? Oh, good commitment to the ball by Brown. Broke up what would have been an easy mark for Watts. Holmes now trying to regather for Sydney University. He's there in numbers. Good tackle by Witt. Ball's loose for Clark. Bats it on. Good handball, but it's into traffic. All sorts of trouble. Kirkpatrick trying to get the footy. Abbott now looks to do so. Pops it free. Finally a clearance, although we're going to come back for a free kick.
I think he finds high contact here in this contest. And coming away with the kick will be Hodges from Pennant Hills.
Now, this is where I'd be pushing Widmer right to the goal line. Going to be one of your taller blokes, or at least send your best mark down there.
Sort of wandering back there, with his back to the play at the moment. But yeah, you're right, Muzz. You need to get a run at it, because he gets up in there in the jet stream. Could go anywhere.
And look at this pocket. They have runners to the pocket. That's where he goes with the kick. Not a good one. And it's taken there by Aaron Hawkins. The idea right, the execution not. He's kicked it behind.
On the stat sheet.
Hawkins has kicked it behind for Pennant Hills.
We see that again. What on earth was that?
Just trying to pull the
breeze.
switch. And yeah, saw a player in open space. Just didn't get good contact on the ball, and then the breeze did the rest.
Gee whiz. There's a strong breeze today as McGrath. There's the centre wing. In front of Vincent. Can't retrieve it. Witt does. Kicks it down the line. Gathered by Stucker. It's a handball in to Jack. Back at the Stucker. On the right boot it goes into the half-forward line of the mark taken by Sam Zickman. He's got this breeze. It's really blowing now. In fact, he's right on the boundary line. Might deter him, but go for it. Well,
if he kicks this, I'll walk home backwards.
He's certainly getting some encouragement.
The trumpeter is dead set giving it to him.
Zickman on the boundary. It's in flight.
I tell you
You
what,
are kidding me!
I'm just going to go and have a look at the trumpeter. Have a look at that long walk back.
A walk of shame.
I've got to walk home backward.
Good luck with that. We'll see you next fall. What a kick from Sam Zickman. He launched it. Goal of the day.
Oh,
3-4-22 to 3-2-20.
Tell you what, that's an absolute ripper.
He's every chance, Sam Zickman. Fantastic kicker goal. Played a lot of Premier Division football as well. And I was going to back him in, but I didn't back my judgment from out there and got distracted by the trumpeter.
Yeah, I'm sure the trumpeter's mates are absolutely giving it to him as well as Uni now. He did bring a trumpet to a public place.
2015.
Put your cap down, ask for a couple of 10-cent pieces while you're at it. 20 minutes through, so there's only a couple of minutes left before we go to Oranges at half-time, and there goes the coach, Clark, keeps his feet smart, then gets a hand pass to it, but there was plenty of traffic from the students. The kick goes over the top. Brant Jack, chop of the arms. So, 2-point margin, 3-4-22 plays 3-2-20, and as Julian just said, that breeze is starting to pick up. Feels like it's coming off the mountain somewhere with a bit of snow on it. It's quite brisk. You're doing a good job if you're inside the car here at Henson listening to 89.6 on the Narrowcast. AFL Sydney Live. Send us your comments via YouTube or via social media platforms. We want to hear who you're going for today. And that's a free kick every day of the week. How many times on a Sunday?
5.
So let us know your thoughts, where you're tuning in, because Abba, we get plenty of viewers internationally, boys who have taken trips early, or plenty of the Irish who come play in AFL Sydney that have to go home for one reason or another, visa issues, money, women.
Matters with the law. And Sydney Uni have a shot on goal.
It's Carey. Into the breeze.
Oh, that's terrific.
That is sensational.
What's the breeze?
Touched. Hang on.
Well up.
What did he get touched by?
Well, the Pennant Hills boys are very, very confident that this is touched, and they're going to get away with it. And lucky we didn't put it down. Must have been touched on the mark.
Contentious to say the least.
Let's see if we can pick it up here, boys. It's going to be difficult.
No way.
It's cleared it. Maybe
Goal
touched.
umpire, the field umpire doesn't say anything.
You've got to be kidding me.
He doesn't say anything with his hands, I should say. Obviously, we don't have access to their...
Well, the way that the goal umpire indicated was that it was wide.
Well, it's the only call that the field umpire could really be giving. It's not like the field umpire will call it hit the post or anything like that.
Major controversy anyway. The students might get it here anyway. Has that gone through the middle?
It's a 7-pointer in the end, boys.
Students back in front. They get an extra point on top. So the goal comes anyway. A little bonus. 5 points Sydney University lead. 4-3-27 to 3-4-22.
Well, interesting passage of play. Sorry there, Muzz. Didn't quite. I mean, from our view, it looked like that ball cleared the fingers by at least a foot and a half. But they converted into a 7-point goal, and the students now lead by 5.
They do, and any goals to the car park end are absolute gold. We saw that in the under-19s grand final. They're nearly worth double when you're kicking them to the right of your screen this afternoon. The way this breeze is going, I think Pennant Hills will be disappointed. That man indeed, Jason Clark, will be disappointed with the output from his men when kicking with the breeze this afternoon. Another goal here late before half-time. There mustn't be very long left. Dale looks up, he just pops it up. Nah, Adam Smith takes a good strong mark, and in the back half he's been one of the better Pennant Hills players this afternoon, Julian.
Indeed he has. What is shaping up to be another close encounter. Earlier today, if you missed it, North Shore won the under-19s grand final by 11 points over a brave UNSW Eastern Suburbs Bulldogs outfit. He's now dancing on the boundary as Boyd sends it in. Players go flying everywhere. Toss with the red hair ended up worse for wear. And that ends the first half of the grand final. A much more open second quarter, but all still to play for. We are no clearer to finding the Division 1 Premier for 2015 in the BLK AFL Sydney competition. At half-time, it's Sydney University, 4-3-27, leading Pennant Hills 3-4-22.
What a fantastic quarter by the students. They had everything against them, including a very strong breeze going from right to left, but they were able to put the scores on the board, and they go into the main break knowing two things, knowing that they are ahead by 5 points, and they know that they're going to come home with that breeze. So some good signs for the students. Pennant Hills, on the other hand, well, they'll be disappointed with their efforts in that quarter, and their captain coach, Jason Clark, will have them in the rooms and try and work out what they can do and how they can turn this around in the third term. We're going to take a break here at Henson Park. We're bringing you the Division 1 grand final between Pennant Hills and Sydney University. We'll be back in about 20 minutes' time with all the action from the second half. Join us as well later on this afternoon, Premier Division grand final from 2:45. You're watching AFL Sydney Live.
Straight back, boys.
I believe it's touch, stop, just like to check.
Mark, get the mark. Easy.
Let's touch it.
Great call by the umpire.
Wherever you're joining us from, and we're halfway through this Division 1 Grand Final between the Pennant Hills Demons and the Sydney University Students. The margin 5 points at halftime in favour of the Students, and an upset brewing up here. Murray Canal and Julian Dorr joining me up in the commentary box. And boys, it's going to be a very interesting second half.
I think whichever side just does best with the breeze. So Uni, they're really going to have to capitalise. They've got a 5-point lead. If they can extend that out to 3 to 4 goals, then I think maybe you can put enough numbers behind the ball really to kill it off. They have to be thinking of 4 to 5 to 6 goals in this third term, because as we saw in the Div in the under-19s, it was incredibly hard to score against the Breeze, and I think that's going to hold sway. This third term, can Uni score points?
That really is where it's going to be won or lost, and it's the premiership quarter. Students now with the Breeze at their backs heading to the scoreboard end in the third term. They need to capitalise. Well, for Pennant Hills, if they can come away from this only conceding 1 or 2 goals, they'll be in the prime seat to take this Division 1 premiership.
Yeah, they certainly will be. Ball tossed back into play. I reckon here for Uni, it's just one kick in. Don't worry about a centering kick to the square or to the edge of the arc. You just go long now, but Pennant Hills managed to mop up, although this pretty dangerous kick. Now, go long. Don't worry about a lead, although he does. And look at that, inch perfect. That's why I only played Division 5. That kick to Chris Kendrick was absolutely beautiful. Hit him right on the chest, and he's going to go back from about 50 and have a shot on goal.
It's a good call, Muzz. You just, with this breeze, and it is swirling, so it's not going to give you an advantage at every kick, but, well, here you are. We're 50 metres out. There was no hint that I was going to pass this one off. The distance shouldn't be an issue. 15 goals in season 2015. Left foot from just inside the paint of 50. Goal umpire's got to do a bit of work. Leans against the post and says, yes, sir, Bob. That's the first goal. A margin out to 11. Biggest of the afternoon. Sydney Uni 5-3-33. Lead Pennant Hills 3-4-22.
That's the first. You need about 4 or 5 more in this term. Sydney University to really put the foot to the throat. But it's a great start to this third term for Sydney University. He attempted at this stage, if you're Pennant Hills, just to throw an extra man or two behind the football, just to try and shut down the scoring avenues.
Most definitely, because if you can, the old soccer saying, park the bus in this quarter, really limit the amount of damage you can hold on to. And then, next quarter, have the breeze to your back and start putting players into attacking positions. So 2 3/4 minutes down, 20 to play for Sydney Uni. They have all to play with this breeze as it goes inside 50 once again. They get a bad bounce, but a good hand pass. McPherson dribbles one through and he likes it. The margin out to 17 and Julian Dorr. It's not where it becomes danger signs for Pennant Hills, but they've got to go into damage limitation mode. If the margin gets out to 20, even though the scoreboard's not working, they certainly start feeling the pressure.
Well, they don't want to be chasing too much in this final quarter. They're going to be chasing, but you don't want to be chasing huge bags. That's a brilliant play for McPherson. Just to put it on the boot and work it through the gap and through the middle. 2 quick goals for Sydney University, and that's what they need. But Pennant Hills, it really is damage control now. Throw players behind the balls. We get back underway. Again, another clearance for the Students. It's Higgins, puts it inside 50. Good work from Smith to get in front of the footy. Here he is again with it. Retrieves it. Looking to offload with a hand pass. He's being tackled to the ground. He's lost possession. The ball falls out of the 50 though. It's with Jack. He looks to get the hand pass on. He does somewhat. The Students retrieve the footy. It's in possession of Ryan. Spun around the tackle of Smith. And back down again. Sydney Uni working it back inside the forward line. On the lead, the big man, Gary Birch. And, well, he's going to try and improve the position. And it's a smart move. Finds Christopher Kendrick. And this is definitely within kicking range. About 25 out on a tight angle, though, in the right forward pocket.
You just can't get caught behind if you're a defender for Pennant Hills with the breeze like it is, because they're just going to hit targets at will at the moment.
This will hurt if he can put this through. For 3 goals in the space of 5 minutes. Sends it. Kicks truly. Pennant Hills in trouble.
I just wonder, Aber, I think we might have missed a goal. Is this 17? I reckon it could even be a little... I thought it might be...
No, it's 39-22. 45, yeah.
Yeah, because I had it at 4-3 for Sydney Uni at half-time, and they've now kicked 3 goals.
Well, there we go. Add that to the tally.
Nothing gets past you, Muzz.
Still me best without the scoreboard here.
They've actually put the shutters down in front of the scoreboard, so
They're just lowering expectations, I think.
I think you're going to start getting the paint out. Just start painting numbers 5 at a time. Just
someone starts shouting the score at people. He's in trouble. Ryan can get it free. Said he's going to get it, and again, high contact. And now the students have got a 23-point lead, and with this win, it is imperative that they keep it going. 6 minutes into this premiership quarter. Sydney University from 5th spot. Oh, that is sensational. Again on the lead, Chris Kendrick.
Well, he's been the difference this quarter, hasn't he, boys? On the lead and finishing off too, so this 23-point margin could blow out to a whole lot more if they can't contain Kendrick.
Yeah, 15 goals. He's already bagged 2 this afternoon. This left footer should have the distance. It's just a question of accuracy, Julian.
Just to put the Demons' premiership hopes on life support. He sprayed it, missed everything. So a let off for the D's.
Well, if you're here at Henson Park, you're listening to us on 89.6. The score is 7-4-46. Sydney Uni, they lead by 24 over Pennant Hills, 3-4-22. You might be watching us on your connected device, as they say. Adam Smith can't hang on to that one. That's unlucky because, out on the full, he didn't even get a touch to it.
He claimed he did. He was vehement that
he was tall enough to.
No, nothing going right for the Demons at the moment.
Kick inside 50, but the mark comes over the top there from Ben Miles. So if you're listening to us on your connected device, youtube.com/AFL Sydney Live, falls in the lap of Adam Smith. He went to play on, and he's going to get 50.
Wow.
I think it was that player just to the left of your screen. He went out of frame just then. But that's a let-off because for, I reckon, the last, 5 minutes, Julian, Pennant Hills haven't been to this point in the ground, and that's a long 50.
That is a huge... That's 100.
He's given 100, so I reckon what's happened is he's given the 50 for being over the mark, and one of the players has given him a little bit of a just friendly advice, and he's gone double whammy, thank you very much, and the backman now with a chance to stick one in the main goals.
Adam Smith for this shot on goal.
Kick like a backman.
Gets stuck in on the Sydney Uni boys. I'm not sure why, because he does play back. He just got 100-metre penalty. And I love the way the crowd went there, where they were like, geez, that's a very long 50. What's 75? What's going on?
Tick, 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 tick.
So now the students out to the far wing.
Look at that kick.
Already at centre wing. Trapped, gets a handball onto Pearce. Clever. Kicks it down the line. Inside 50, the ball rolls forward to the right forward pocket. Rolls over the line.
But that's, 3 kicks. That's the strength of the Breeze this afternoon. That's 3 kicks from the students to go the entire distance of Henson Park.
And this is what's going to happen, Moses. Pennant Hills are going to work so hard this quarter. 1, to keep them out, and 2, to maybe even try and push forward themselves. That will they have the legs in the final term to take advantage of the Breeze?
Punch back to the line again. Higgins keeps it in. A little short kick finds Birch.
15, surely.
He's paid the mark. He's paid the mark, and this will blow this grand final wide open. It's a 23-point lead for Sydney University, 7-4-46 to 3-5-23. And this from right in front, you could kick it over back heel. He puts it through. Bit of confusion with the crowd, but it's a goal, and it's a 29-point lead for Sydney University. 9 3/4 minutes into this third quarter, and they have now put themselves in a match-winning position, Murray.
They certainly have in this third term. They've gone and kicked themselves 4 goals. 8-4-52 leads 3-5-23. Although they have 8-3, so I don't know if we've missed a behind or anything. I don't think so.
They've got 8-3, we've got 8-4.
Oh, well, I'll run down at 3/4 time, get in the huddles, and we can try and figure out things there. I'll speak to the goal umpires live and exclusive here on AFL Sydney Live.
Look forward to it as the bounce clears the circle.
They'll just
Breaking new ground, the first ever broadcast to talk to a goal umpire live.
and they'll just be looking to take it one goal at a time.
I've actually never heard one speak.
I don't know if they can.
You do one, then they'll all want to be interviewed. The clearance. Oh, Ryan just got launched into by Peter Barnes, and no surprise.
He missed him, didn't he? I thought he missed.
Well, he stayed down for a little while, so I'm not sure that he did miss.
There's a card.
Yellow card.
Well, someone reckons he didn't miss. Let's have a look.
I think he only just grazed him, but it's more the intent than anything else.
This is.
Oh, he
Just grazed him.
got him. He had the biggest backswing of a swinging arm you could imagine, boys. And he just got a bit shy at the end.
That's
God.
Matty Lloyd style, isn't it? Coming off the centre square, lined in the sand game.
It certainly
He's not happy. He's not happy. The coach there, Clark, is trying to have a word. They're just trying to figure out if he's allowed on. Emergency umpire confirms that he can replace a carded player. He spends 10 minutes in the bin, so he'll come on just prior to the three-quarter time siren. And it just shows, Julian, what scoreboard pressure does to you, even though we don't have a scoreboard here today.
Absolutely. As the free kick goes the way of the Demons, they've been down here for the longest time. A lot of the action today has been at the scoreboard end, into the middle, dropped by Higgins, tries to retrieve it. It's roved by Abbott, tied up in the tackle of Oliver Marnie. Ball up again as we trudge ever further towards the Premier Division Grand Final at 2:45 this afternoon. East Coast Eagles, Pennant Hills Demons here on AFL Sydney Live. In the meantime, the Division 1 Grand Final's looking good for the students as the captain, Clark, can't retrieve it. It's gathered by Clark. And this time, Sam Clark. It's a poor disposal, though, straight to Smith in the centre. Kicks it to half forward. Good mark by Cody Stucker. The breeze is going to make this very difficult. Very difficult.
He knows it.
He's going to try and pass it. And, well, he would have been better off going for it. That was a terrible kick straight to Sam Clark for the students.
I reckon you'll find all the coaches in this Premier Division game will say to their charges they've got to come out and watch at least 15 minutes of the game, although the turnover happens there for Pennant Hills.
Well, here's one for you, Murray. You win the toss, which way do you go? I mean, traditionally you'd say, yep, we'll kick with the breeze. But this breeze is here to stay. It's not going to stop at half-time. And I know you think about Richmond, Port Adelaide last year, but there'd be a school of thought to say kick into it while you've got fresh legs.
I would, because the point you made a few minutes ago about this quarter, now Pennant Hills, they can go into the three-quarter huddle and say, boys, we've got the breeze, we can kick 5 goals, we can kick 5 goals.
They did it, we can do it.
But do you have the legs? That is the supreme point that'll happen. Have you run yourselves out of gas now trying to defend the breeze, and you just leave yourself with nothing, free kick coming up in the back?
We might send you out to do the toss, Muzz.
Wow. AFL Sydney first.
What an honour. Kick into the 50. On the lead, the Demons there in numbers. They can't give up anymore. The lead is blown out to nearly 5 goals. 52 plays, 23. We've got it at 50. 50 metres to the Demons, so they'll take them to centre wing.
And this is what you can't do either. You can't give an easy passage out of the team's back half. That'd have to be one of your instructions if you're one of the Premier Division coaches coming up. Kick into the centre square. Mark claimed there by Boyd. The man with the 2 first names, Jared Anthony Boyd. He goes wide to centre wing. You can just see how much run Pennant Hills have to do at the moment. Long inside 50 to Birch. On the second attempt, umpire says no, play on. And he says, give it to me. 8-4-52, plays 3-5-23. 15 minutes on the dot. We go in the third term. So probably 7 to 8 minutes remaining in this one. And what in the fuel tank the Pennant Hills have left.
Clark now, Noe gets it on to Smith. Kicks it down the line. Attacking in the mark taken. The Demons would desperately love a goal here. On the right boot. Heads it towards full forward. Oh, that's strong. That is the player that they needed. It's Sam Zickman. We haven't seen enough of him so far. Potent target up forward, and that was a strong mark. He's going to back himself too.
Yeah, well, 4-goal margin at three-quarter time isn't insurmountable. 5-6 goals is, so this 6 points crucial.
Hits it towards the car park and he's kicked truly. The Demons get one back. The margin shrinks to 23 points. Zickman gets his second.
No better time for Pennant Hills to kick a goal there, Muzz. Everything's been against them. The margin was blowing out. They know they got the breeze in the final, but they just needed some glimmer of hope, and they need to stay in touch. And Sam Zickman delivers on that occasion, brings the margin back to 23 points.
And that's the thing as well, one of the sort of intricacies without the scoreboard is that, you know, Sydney Uni have been on top, but these players, I doubt many of them actually have an accurate sort of score line in their head, so the 23-point margin will be not so much a surprise. Both sides will go, oh, okay, that's probably fair the way this quarter has panned out, although we're still got a fair few minutes to go.
I think it was you, Jules, that said that the breeze was probably about a 4 or 5 goal breeze. So if you take that on board, we're almost even at the moment with 1 quarter to go.
Need to see more of Widmer. He's there going to try and lay a tackle, but puts in a few efforts. Ball comes out the back here to Jack. Little hand pass through for the Students. See them get out to the far side. It'll be Andrew Holmes that tries to win the race. He got a bit of a push, then a nice shepherd from the Pennant Hills players. There was Hodges, but it's turned over in the hands of Uni. They go down the wing, but another intercept mark. And you feel, Julian, just in the last 3-4 minutes that Pennant Hills have just turned things around. A momentum, it's not going their way, but it's probably back even.
You go back to those 50-metre penalties that Uni conceded back-to-back. That's really when the pendulum started to turn as the mark taken by Thomas Abbott. This is too far out for him to score. He puts it on the toe to Zickman, who takes the mark. Now, the wind has stopped for the moment, so I'd be getting a hurry on and trying to send it.
This is make haste time at the moment for the Pennant Hills Demons. That wind has dropped dramatically. And right at the end of this third term, they've got a chance to really stay in touch with Zickman with a shot on goal.
So he'll take the shot from about 40 metres out. Tight angle, left-hand side, sends it in flight. And it's away to the right.
See the distance he got on that kick, Muzz. It certainly wasn't any breeze up there.
Well, you just wonder if this breeze has stopped, what that does for you at the three-quarter time huddle. The message goes from we've got the breeze to crikey,
well, you've got to change 3 quarters of thinking and game style and setups.
Certainly going to be very difficult. The players going hard, and all of a sudden that momentum definitely swinging back the way of the D's. Ball goes down. We've got an arm chop. Jason Clark had a bit of clear passage. 19 minutes ticks over. 8:4:52. Plays 4:6:30. The 22-point margin in favour of Sydney Uni. This will be a terrific effort if they get up this afternoon, coming from 5th on the ladder after the regular season. 10 wins, 8 losses. They've done things the hard way.
Well, they've got a scoreboard over there next to the... since we just go to the left of where that crowd is, they've got their own little makeshift scoreboard with cardboard. I don't think that's right.
They need to add a goal. But certainly nice of them. Someone's gone to the back of the car.
It's enterprising nonetheless. Entrepreneurism starts with you. Ball sent back over the line by Schooler.
They need to be listening to 89.6 on the narrowcast, Craig. They can hear the score.
Just open the car doors and turn it up.
Certainly right. Ball back into play. Dying stages of the third term. A goal for either side. Worth its weight in gold, or at least silver, and a premiership medallion around your neck as those Students in the background, they all have their premiership medallions, as we've got a man down here. I think it's Chris Baglin, slow to get to his feet. No blood sighted, so the umpire will resume play. The Sherrod goes in the air. Adam Smith there has been one of the better players as we start casting our minds to best on grounds, and certainly Chris Kendrick from Sydney Uni comes to mind if they get up. I never really like giving man of the matches to people in losing sides.
Well, we have got a 3-2-1 system, so it's not fully down to us. There are others who are voting onto it, but yeah, you're right. It's a bittersweet pill to swallow.
Chris Judd still irks me from 10 years ago.
Goes across the back line. Not taken by Miles. Sends it down the centre, finds Adam Smith. Right on halfway. Another goal here would be beautiful for the Demons, but that's superb work at the back to take the pat mark. And the Students with it through Sam Bryan, who racked up plenty of possessions this afternoon. Kirkham now with the mark. As we tick now 1 hour from the Premier Division Grand Final. 1 hour from now, East Coast and Pennant Hills.
Come on, Craig, I thought you would have had a countdown clock for us at least on the mega wall.
We're not going to talk about it for as long as some broadcasters do. We won't have the time. We've still got a Division 1 premiership to decide. And right now, the engraver, well, I don't think he's much closer to knowing who it'll be.
But I'd say he's probably getting it warmed up at the moment as the tackle made on Smith at centre wing on the far side. 22 minutes into this quarter. It's been a strong one for the Students. They have a 22-point advantage. The breeze rather, still flying around quite a little bit as Murray Canellan heads down to interview the goal umpires, which this will be, I think we're breaking new ground here, Abbas.
I'm not sure we'll get close to them. They're a tight-knit unit, the umpires.
Breed of their own. They've done a great job in this grand final, I felt. Kept it free-flowing as Smith puts in a kick to his left for his captain Clark, who takes the mark at centre wing, and this is going to be another 50-metre penalty.
Wow.
That's the third in this quarter against the Students. And he's still marching. So this is a golden opportunity for Pennant Hills to close the gap back into 16 points. And if they can go into three-quarter time, Abbas down by 3 goals, I think they would come ahead.
Well, Jason Clark, no better man to have the ball in his hands than Jason. And this to lift his team and give them hope.
Can he deliver? Certainly can.
There's some confusion. The Students not happy. But the goal has been recorded, the margin back to 16 points.
I think with that breeze, although it's slowed down a little bit, but it's starting to blow around a little bit again now. The 3-goal margin to Sydney University, you think Pennant Hills will probably come out ahead with the breeze the way that it's going.
It did die off there for a little while. And with the sun coming out, there's a chance that it will die off some more. So any goals they can get here are just like gold for the Pennant Hills.
Bounced in the middle once more. Toss goes at it in the ruck. The Demons getting the last 2 back-to-back. Kick towards the half-forward line. It's retrieved by Stucker. Hand pass doesn't come off. It's tucked in down on the boundary line. Miller sees it over. Their defensive wing for the Students. 8-4-52 to 5-6-36. 24 3/4 minutes gone in this third quarter of the Division 1 Grand Final. Pennant Hills and Sydney University battling it out. All tied up again. Bit of push and shove. Some frustrations starting the ball over once more. Plenty of feeling as you'd expect in a grand final. Ball tossed back up in the air. Kennedy wins the ruck. Hint of a throw there. Not paid. Higgins Knocked off the ball. Whistle free kick going to Higgins and Sydney University. Siren imminent here at Henson Park for three-quarter time. And we're starting to pick up a little bit more, so still plenty of hope for Pennant Hills. And Sydney Uni will be hoping that it stops once again and it stays that way for the remainder of this Division 1 Grand Final, which has been a hard-fought contest. Earlier this afternoon, the North Shore Bombers winning the under-19s. There's a good tackle by Kennedy. Comes up with the ball again. Pops out. Good hand pass there. There are numbers, though. Pearce sends it back. A man on the lead here for Sydney University. They get it out that way. Kendrick heading it in, but they had to take a couple of touches, but Adam Smith gets the important mark at the left back pocket. The siren will go any tick of the clock now. Smith kicking down the line. Will it stay in? It does. It's marked on the edge of the arc. Puts it on the right boot. It's down the line to centre wing. There's the siren. Three-quarter time here at Henson Park in the Division 1 Grand Final. It's been a great battle and another close one on AFL Sydney Grand Final Day 2015. At three-quarter time, Sydney University 8-4-52, Pennant Hills 5-6-36.
Well, an interesting quarter there, Jules. It's one that Pennant Hills looked like they were going to get blown out of the park at one stage, but in the end they are able to peg back some of that margin. They go into the third three-quarter time break 16 points down with the wind at their back, and we'll go down to Murray Canallan, who's down there on the ground at the moment.
Yeah, boys, 8-6-53. 8-6 to 5-3 is the score.
8-6 to 5-3.
So I've just had that confirmed by the emergency goal umpire.
You might just see.
They're going to try and keep the scoreboard next to the students on the far side correct from now on.
Thanks.
So can you repeat that score, Murray?
8-3 to 5-6.
8-3 to 5-6.
It's just the one pointed out there on what we had up here. So the margin 15 points. And Mars, what's the wind doing down there at the moment?
Yeah, certainly picked up. Once I got down there, I've been sort of down on the boundary for the last 3 to 4 minutes, and it certainly picked up. And as I speak to you now, it picks up even more. So I think Pennant Hills will be really, really excited about the 25 minutes that are about to come up. And certainly from on the logo where I am, it's just one kick and you're at the top of the square.
Let's get the score there again. We just double confirm that as a bit of a celebrity down there amongst the umpires, Muzz.
Just doing my best.
Pennant Hills can't rely on the breeze, though, you'd have to say, Muzz. It's, there's still a lot of hard work to be done, but you'd like their chances from here, 15 points down.
Well, certainly, you've got to think Sydney Uni are going to change their setup, their structure, whether or not they go with one man back straight away, or if they see the first 5 to 8 minutes through, maybe pinch a goal and look to capitalise on the lead they've got. Tough decision for the coach. We've seen him yell and scream at every bump and every contest, so he's certainly putting all his blood, sweat and tears into it. Players from both sides in their line groups. The East Coast Eagles out having a kick. So gearing up, 50-odd minutes until Premier Division Grand Final, but at the moment we've got 44 players out on the park who are giving it their all and trying to figure out a way and a mean of getting a bit of silverware and a medallion around your neck.
You just see there, Muzz, the Pennant Hills team coming into a tight huddle. Let's see what you can pick up in there.
So I've got to say that the fact that this breeze is still hanging around, and it is a 15-point lead for Sydney University only. Pennant Hills, it's by no means a given, but I think they'd have to be favourites. Got a microphone down the huddle.
Stirring words you could just pick up there, Muzz. Win the contest, win the next one, win the next one. Feel like you can run through a brick wall, Muzz?
Yeah, no, it was a terrific little speech, really built up to a terrific crescendo. It had the boys really frothing at the mouth as the uni boys break, and I reckon you've got 44 blokes out here who all think they are a red-hot chance of winning this premiership. With 25 minutes to go, you wouldn't want to be in any better place.
Fantastic access down there, and great work, Muzz. Pick up that. Big break. Bringing you all the action from this final term, and then of course we move across to Premier Division as Murray Canallen's having a couple of words down there with Matt Graham. Matt Graham has had a fantastically shocking afternoon, not made any easier by the lack of scoreboard here at Henson Park. Came on the way to the ground, and we'll record this for posterity. Matt Graham threw a little bit of unleaded into a diesel car. So his car is somewhere, not going anywhere. And he's out here in this final game of the season.
Moving into a different role from what I hear next year as well, Matt Graham.
That's true. As he moves into a more facilities role, but we're underway in the final term here in this Division 1 Grand Final. Pennant Hills trail by 15 points. Can they do it? Can they get it back in there? Julian Dorr to find out.
Toss wins the ruck from the bounce that goes towards the scoreboard end. Pennant Hills running with the breeze in this final quarter, trailing by 15 points, the official score. 51 plays, 36. Can the Demons come back?
Boys, I've got a scoreboard update. It is 7 minutes away. An electronic scoreboard is 7 minutes away.
Put that on the countdown clock, because again it's tied up from the ball up. No clearance coming, and the umpire will reset hostilities for the moment. So the ball up, again toss with the ruck duties for the Demons. It comes through, nice handball from Watts, but it's going to be taken in the middle of the field. The mark from the kick by Miles, who sends it back to the half-forward line over the head. Sensational by Braun. We haven't seen much of him today, but that was an important mark.
That was a bell. That's from Gully. Let's have a look at this. He just sees that he's going to be out with that breeze. And he slips him to be glad to have that as a catch.
So can he cut the margin back to within single figures? It doesn't look promising. It's away to the left.
It's a costly miss for the Demons. They had opportunity to get their put their best foot forward, get their game going, but to reduce the margin to into single figures. And let off there for Sydney University.
Ball to the outer side. That hasn't really been the pocket we've seen many of these teams kicking to. When the Dogs were kicking out of their own end, as we get to centre wing and beyond, breaking a couple of tackles with a nice hand pass to get some men free. Adam Smith over the top. He might have given away a free kick, and he has.
It's a costly one in that position to give the students a chance to lock it up.
Ryan plays on quickly, looks inside 50.
That's dangerous, and this is coming off the back, Muzz. We have a shot on goal at the other end of the ground.
So Nick Dale with the mark. Deep in the pocket, 2.5 minutes through the fourth term. Yes, ABBA, any miss that the students can then transfer play, transition play, and get turned into 6 points, we huge. Nick Dale for a big goal in a grand final. On its way, looks like it's running out of puff, and it goes across the face of goal. 8-4-52, place 5-7-37. The margin 15 points. We're 3 minutes through the fourth quarter.
I'd like to get your feedback as well. on social media, on Twitter at AFL Sydney, and also on the YouTube chat on the live stream. Love to hear your thoughts wherever you're watching. And if you're listening here too at Henson Park, it's been a great Division 1 grand final. It's a 15-point lead. It's an air swing by Schooler, could prove costly. He dives onto the footy. It pops back out with the work of Sam Ryan. The amount of possessions he must be racking up as Birch, he's tackled to the ground. Loses possession. Umpire calls a halt.
The umpire from the very, very back is paying the free kick.
Sydney Uni. Against Sydney Uni, against Birch.
So he spotted something that no one else did. I thought, if anything, you could have just let possession go, because Pennant Hills did have it. They have it right now, Julian, on their logo.
Yeah, they do. At centre wing, the kick down the ground, the attacking wing. It doesn't pop up nicely. It's McGrath who dives on the footy. Free kick for high contact. 4 minutes into this final quarter, it's the Students by 15 points in the Division 1 grand final.
That one out on the full. So kicking hasn't been terrific today, although the wind has had a lot to do with that. Riley Meidler goes long back to the arc. Widmar with the big fly, comes out the back to Braun. He wheels around on the right foot, puts it out on the full. Hasn't had a good couple of minutes, unfortunately, Anthony Braun. Can he bring it back, and can he find something for his team? And look at that, we've got a scoreboard. She's back up working. Now they've just got to add the scores. Although, if you've been watching us on AFL Sydney Live, you've had the scores all along. Adam Smith back into some traffic, does well, little underground hand pass. Don't tell me he's pinned him. Geez, that's unlucky. Thought he got his hand pass. It's going to be a free kick to the Students, Julian.
Take it, they put it down to centre wing. They lead by 15 points. Good mark on the intercept by Nicholas Lowe. Right on the AFL logo. He blasts at a spiralling helicopter into the forward line. Barnes, I think, is going to be pinged for excessive contact. He is. A high attempt at spoil, but he ended up collecting. Man taking the mark in Kirkham. Sends it down to the left half-back position. Right on the line in the pocket. Attempted to tie it up, do it well. Good tackle. Kirkham again. Keeping them locked in, but not for too long. They've given a free kick.
That wasn't a free kick in that. Umpires have been good this afternoon, but I think they've just let themselves down with their last couple of goes at the Acme Thunder.
There was nothing in that. Nothing in that at all.
No, I didn't think so.
Continue, the Students down at centre wing on the far side. Pearce, so kick down the line towards half forward. It sits up for Ryan, who gathers it. Sent back into the centre square. Braun looking to affect the tackle. Students get possession into the forward line. Any goal at this end is worth double at this stage. Picking it up is Kendrick. Sends it, lovely work. All the precision in the world. Finds Dale. And the breeze isn't very strong at the moment. So he's a good chance at getting this.
So what? Best on Chris Kendrick at the moment. He's got himself a couple of goals, and he's set this last one up to Nick Dale.
This would be huge if he can land this. It's not a great looking kick, but it goes through for a minus score.
Kicked it like a sack full of rocks.
Sank to the bottom of the ocean real quick. 16-point Student lead, 7 minutes gone, final quarter.
Adam Smith with the pill. He has certainly been one of the better Pennant Hills players this afternoon. Look at that for a long roost to the logos. Ducks his head, umpire calls play on. The Uni going to hang on to it through hands, and you got to get rid of it, son. Because on grand final day, you don't have that much time. The umpires let it go.
Apparently you do.
By Jingo.
It's very fortuitous that he didn't get pinged.
Ball back into play. Pennant Hills with it, but it's a turnover right on their logo. Hard heads go in. Braden Toss lays a big tackle, the ruckman for Pennant Hills. They beat Balmain by 41. And at the moment, they are just struggling. 16-point margin. Where are the next points coming from? Big kick inside 50 for the Students now. And it looks like Bagland's going to run with the ball.
Does that, kicks it up high. Sits at the Pennant Hills logo. Barnes falls into the footy. They want to push in the back. Pennant Hills against Higgins. It's not going to be paid. Ball up will be conducted. The attacking wing into the breeze for Sydney University. They lead by 16 points, 8.5 minutes into the last quarter of the Division 1 Grand Final. Hope you're enjoying it. We've got a shirt pull and a free kick going to the D's. They need to get the ball down the other end of the field and need to stay there. They haven't locked it in. It's what they would have liked. As Jack sends it high inside the paint. On the arc. Good tackle by Hawkins. Nowhere to go. Umpire will call a ball up. 51 out from the Demons' goal. They need a quick goal here, Pennant Hills, just to get themselves back into the contest. With the clearance. That's a high, swirling kick into the forward line, and on the lead, the mark taken. Pennant Hills, this is their chance. They've got to convert.
They certainly do, Julian. You've got to get the margin back to 10 points. Anthony Braun has had a couple of shots in this quarter. 43 for the season, needs this one.
He's moving quickly, strikes it, it's coming back. Not enough. It's another miss. Starting to prove costly. 8-5 to 5-8.
That's where they're going to come back and be haunted. Pennant Hills tonight when their heads hit the pillow. A few misses, a few crucial misses in this fourth term. Adam Smith has said, give me the ball, I'll win it for us, boys. Gets the hand pass wide. They can kick a goal from 45 out. It gets a bit of a travel, it gets a shepherd. That went through, did it? It does now. Zickman, right foot snap from a metre out. The margin back to 9.
I've got him having 3. That's the important one. We'll take a look at the replay. Good work there from Smith to get the ball on. Take a look. Did it go through here?
No, just short. Get out of the way. It was nearly 2 players getting in the way there for Pennant Hills, but a great shot. And you said he's third there, Zickman, did you, Jules?
That's correct.
8-5, 53, 6-8, 44. All the run with Pennant Hills. They have the breeze. It's a 9-point margin. Julian, it's going to be a very, very interesting 13 minutes or so we have remaining in this Div 1 Grand Final.
Humdinger with a finish again. Earlier today, North Shore won the under-19s by 11 points. We've got another close one here in the Division 1. It's the Demons looking to rest back. This 11. Oh, that's a great tackle. Heavy pressure from Dom Vincent. Gets the ball up. Students just trying to hang on as this breeze again taking centre stage. It's been the story of the day. It's tapped back by Miles on the defensive 50. Schooler puts in a kick, just getting some distance. University with Marnie sending out to the AFL logo here on the grandstand side. They've got numbers. The kick was smothered and out of bounds on the full. That's brilliant stuff from Pennant Hills. They're getting the run now, the Demons. You can feel the momentum starting to turn.
And you can almost feel like they know they've got the momentum now. And they've just got to run it through hands now. So Witt's got it. Centre wing in front of the gates. He looks up and loads up. Kick in. Can't be taken. Braun sniffing about. They want a free kick. The crowd is starting to become more and more healthier as the afternoon goes on. Be plenty of Pennant Hills people here today. Their team goes around in 45 minutes or so. Kick in from Irwin. Goes long to the hot spot. Mark can't be taken. First attempt around now. He's kicked 3. But he went with the outside Bunana. Zickman, when he could have just gone the drop punt.
Jeez. Could be looking at that at the end. Thinking, well, if he had to get that.
You can't say they haven't had their opportunities, Julian.
Absolutely not. 8-5 to 6-9. Holmes Kicks it to the defensive 50, the mark taken. Left half back. Out on the hillside of Henson Park, the hill boundary, as opposed to the grandstand boundary, which we are broadcasting from today. The up and under, I think this has been marked by Smith. It has. Good stuff. Had 3 uni players around him. Now he'll look to send it back deep. Puts it up high into a contest at full forward. Goes through the hands. It's still alive for the D's. Braun looking to retrieve it, but it's been turned over. Sydney Uni, they've got some run here. He's got plenty of space in front of him. Turns on the Jets. Look at this kick go. Takes one bounce. Zippy man here. Jared Boyd. He's off with a 100-metre prize. Puts the kick in a half forward into a contest. Has batted over the top. The Demons there in numbers. Birch doesn't quite get there first. The Demons send it back down the centre wing. The man near it is Irwin, who takes the mark. A bit of extras. Is this 50? Umpire says yes.
Yeah, crucial there. That was a terrific effort by Jared Anthony Boyd. He had 3 bounces. Unfortunately, when they went inside 50, they couldn't find a target. And if you're Lachlan Irwin, you're having a shot. That's another very long 50-metre penalty.
60.
Certainly is. Now, this for a big goal to bring the margin back to 2. Lachlan Irwin from 45, slight angle, and comes back with a breeze. Too much. The margin, 7 points, 14 and 3/4 minutes through the third term. Sydney Uni 8-5-53. Hold a narrow margin over Pennant Hills 6-10-46.
From the kick in, students going to the left half back, marked by Pearce. We do play extra time if there is a draw. I'm not entirely sure the protocols, but there is extra time. We will have a winner today. We're not coming back next week, don't you worry.
I'm not anyway.
No way. Ball out of bounds. The attacking wing, free kick for the Demons. Trailing by 7 with the breeze at their backs. Going up high, the set ladder Braun, but it doesn't come down with a pill. Goes out of bounds, 20 out from goal on the jumping castle side of the ground.
Yeah, Braun looks like the match winner at the moment for the D's. He's just got a clunk one, and they will be certainly on their way to a premiership. For Sydney Uni, they've just got to work methodically out of their back half. They are winning the ball in their defensive 50, but it's the transition that just is awfully hard, and that was a throw. It's been picked up. It'll be a free kick going to Pennant Hills, and unfortunately, the man closest to the pill was the man who kicked 43 goals in the regular season, Anthony Braun.
Well, none are bigger than this. No kick he's had this season is bigger than this one. Either be 1 point in it or a straight kick.
Certainly will. Just a slight angle. The breeze to work with. And the trumpeter. He kicks it. The goal umpire does not have to move. It's a 1-point ball game. With under 10 minutes remaining in the fourth term. So what's just starting to become harder and harder to find a man of the match. Let's have a look at the free kick. And it's an easy one for the umpires. You would have been able to pick this in the under 13s. Man picks it up. He gets the one arm pinned. And he just has to let it out. Here it is now. And there it is. And easy as you like. And Johnny on the spot was Anthony Braun. We're back in the middle. What do we got?
Yeah, we've got a free kick out of the centre going to Sydney University. It's Ryan Kennedy in possession. Puts in a little kick, in taken by Jason Clark. Kicks it down to centre wing on the hill side of the ground. Abbott, a couple of juggles, loses it. It's back to Abbott. Sends it on nicely, they're through. Kicking it full forward. Goes over the heads. Uni need to be clean from here. Batting it towards the boundary. It doesn't go over. Watts in trouble. Gets it to Braun. Can't maintain possession. Sydney Uni kick clear. Just down the line. Looking to get it out. The Demons are there in numbers. Irwin. Oh, that's strong. Good stuff from Holmes. Sends it over the boundary line. That could have been a disaster for Sydney University, but they've done well.
Just shows how much pressure you feel. He had a few steps on a few people there, Irwin, but perceived pressure. was certainly high, just fumbled and bumbled, eventually went across the boundary line. The mark taken by Pennant Hills. They don't need a rush at the moment. That's Hodges with the ball. He's going to kick deep into the pocket. It splits Smith. The ball stays in. No.
Clever.
Adam Smith gets his hands to it again. He's certainly in this fourth quarter, Julian, putting his hand up for a man of the match performance. But I just reckon a couple more goals from Braun might seal the deal.
All thrown in. 1 point grand final. This has been great. The kick smothered. Going to ground with the footy. Can't come clean. Over the line. Was it deliberate? Umpire says throw it in.
Every contest, every bounce of the ball now critical as we approach the 19-minute mark. I think we had the first term was 22 minutes, and then we've had a couple of 24 and 25, so varying amount of time left in this game. Widmar works to front position. Uni can't take it cleanly. It's now wrapped up in the middle. The umpire will blow his whistle and say, I will have it. There's no need to get antsy like this from the students. Ben Fitzpatrick don't want to give an umpire any reason, Julian, to blow a cheap free kick.
Absolutely not. We've seen the students give away 3 50-metre penalties so far today. It's tied up again on the boundary and will be seen over the line. Break up this tension. There's a lot of drama here at the moment, but got to say well done to the organisers here, because over on the far side of the ground they've managed to pull up an LED screen with the scoreboard on the back of a car. I don't know where they found that from, but that's fantastic. Good work to everyone involved. There's now the ball thrown back in. Sydney University holding on to a 1 point lead in the Division 1 Grand Final. Kicking along the wing. It's a one-on-one contest. Looking for it was Dale. He can't retrieve it. Who can? McPherson can. He gets the hand pass. It's been intercepted. Irwin in all sorts of trouble. Right in front of the interchange gates. Nixon bumped off the ball. Still loose. Who wants it? Dale has it. Puts the kick in. A little bit forward. Can't retrieve it. Miles. Who wants to gather it? He does. Still, the University in all sorts. At centre wing. Demons, there in numbers. Tackle to the ground. Schooler can't retrieve. Ball in the pack again. Into time on in the final quarter. And we'll have a ball up at centre wing.
Certainly getting really tense now. You can just feel it in the air. 8-5, 53 lead, 7-10, 52. Right in front of the Pennant Hills interchange bench. It'll be Sydney Uni who get first digs at it. Ball goes into dispute. It goes over the boundary line as the seconds tick away, as the sand goes through the hourglass. Things get more and more desperate for Pennant Hills. They've had the breeze, but they haven't been able to convert. They've had a couple of opportunities. Here's Adam Smith. Can he put his team on his back? Sydney Uni just need one straight kick, and you'd think the grand final is theirs. They can't. Grab clean possession. Smith backs out of the pack. His hand pass, not a good one. A good duck of the head there. It was unlucky. The umpire says, give it to me. And this time is critical for Sydney Uni. You think they've almost done enough. There couldn't be more than 2 or 3 minutes remaining. And Pennant Hills, Julian, have to go 150 metres.
Still got time. We will play extra time if we are level at the end, which is very much a possibility. It's right on the table. And Pennant Hills go the journey, kick a winning goal. And Sydney Uni wrap it up here. They're going in against the breeze, although the breeze has sweltered down considerably over the last half hour. It's tied up again at the forward 50 arc for the students. Not coming out. 22 minutes gone.
So it seems to be Uni have one back at the moment, one spare. Pennant Hills, you've got to start putting your best 4 in that midfield. Stoppages aren't going to win you the game.
It will suit the students, though, to tie it up and keep it here.
You can see Jason Clark in the middle and a one-on-one. He knows if he can get some space to this outer side that they could be away. Uni, you'd think, would just want to be throwing numbers at this stoppage and tying it up. 22 and a half minutes through the fourth term. You've got to think, Jules, just a couple of minutes left in this one.
Certainly not long left. The Demons' time is against them. They're a point down. It's been a close grand final all day, but the students have tied this up beautifully. Safe as houses on their forward 50. The Demons are desperate. Into the 23-minute mark now. So it comes down, the Students have it. Going back in. Off the kick of Sam Ryan. It's up in the air. Good mark there at the back by Smith. He's got to get going. 23 and a quarter minutes in. The Demons trailing by a point, and the kick down the line.
Yeah, not a good one. Big spiralling torpedo, the big punch. The territory now in their favour. Do Uni just send everyone back? You can see blokes like Kirkham calling people back.
Yep, they're
Carey calling them back.
only got 2 in front of the ball at the moment, the Students.
One kick inside 50 could see them tie this one up, could even get the win. Jack steps past one, gets his boot to ball, but it's just Students all around. Their hand pass, they're going to wrap it up. 23 and 3/4 minutes gone. And I tell you what, the old heart rate for everyone here at Henson Park starting to go through the roof.
Oh, this is grand final footy at its best. 1 point in it. The Division 1 flag up for grabs. It's in favour of the Students at the moment as the ball goes back over the boundary line. Looking at the field at the moment, the Students only have 1 player in front of the ball. They've sent everyone else back. Having said, the Demons only have 2 in front of the ball. Who wants it more? Into the ruck, comes down with Vincent. He's tackled right in front of centre wing. Umpires now, all the pressure on them as well.
I can't believe there's no one for Pennant Hills just on the goal line. Their closest man to the goal is about 15 metres away. Here comes the big punch.
What a great punch.
Widmer goes hard at it, doesn't earn himself a free kick, goes in again.
Oh.
Brave from Sydney Uni puts his head over the ball. Everyone in blue and gold won the free kick. The umpire says holding the ball. Pennant Hills don't give away a 50 here.
Just giving the ball.
Oh, this will be very interesting. You'd almost have to have the shot. Carey, with time ticking down, is going to go from 60. Loads up, top of the square. Who's there to mark it? Who can be hero? They can't even get a foot to it. You'd nearly run it across if you're Pennant Hills. This has got to be a punch. Pennant Hills have to punch it through to draw the game.
You take extra time at this point.
You're not going to get a goal, a clean kick.
Up in the air, who wants it? The Students come away, they're dribbling it down towards the boundary line and over and out. 25 and a half minutes gone. It's Sydney University by 1 point.
There it is!
Sydney Uni have won a classic! The Students, for fifth spot, have won the Division 1 grand final. Unbelievable! They have won the grand final by a point and 30 metres. 8-5, 53 to 7-10, 52. Amazing.
Tell you what, if you're Lachlan Irwin, you almost have that kick back and you just go to goal. I don't think he hit it as well as he could have. But that was it. We wait for the goal umpires to wave things off, and I think everyone's done their maths right. My shoes and socks are off. Here come the flags, they unfurl, and that'll be it. Confirmation. There it is. The final seal. And Julian, like you said, it was an absolute classic. Sydney Uni, you said it, they won by 1 point in ABBA, 30 metres.
What a classic grand final here at Henson Park. 1 point, and you called it, Muzz. They just needed that third man up in that last ruck, and we could have been playing another 5 minutes. But Sydney Uni, wow, there would have been, I don't think it was humanly possible, but I think there would have been 40 players around the ball at that last contest. They just held it out and held it out and held it out. And they deserved the win, Sydney University.
They certainly do. They were terrific in that third term. The thoughts now start going to man of the matches, and my thoughts maybe Chris Kendrick in that third term kicked a couple of big goals that have certainly helped them get that lead. I think it was out Jules to about 24, 29 points at one stage.
Got to give big raps as well to Sam Ryan. Every time you look up, there he was, either around the footy, making an effective disposal, getting the football clear, or bumping someone off the ball. Those 1%ers, he was always there. He was a very strong contender for best on ground. But just want to make this point. I mean, it's a greater grand final as that was. Let's just think about what Sydney University have just done. They've won the premiership from 5th position. No one does that. From the elimination final, they have won the premiership. That is unbelievable. Well done to Sydney University, the players, the coaching staff, everybody involved. That is a hell of an achievement.
Yeah, they won. They beat the Bats by 5 points in the semi-final in the first week of the finals, then beat Balmain by 11 in the prelim, and they have won by the loneliest number, as Farnsey once said, 1.8553, 7:10:52 to Pennant Hills. We'll be back with you with all the presentation action in just a few moments. We'll take some time off to watch that and prepare and get ready, because in a little over 20 minutes, it'll be the Premier Division Grand Final. Pennant Hills butter up for a second chance at a cup against the East Coast Eagles.
The two rucks and shoulders. Yeah, I did think
If I can ask both sides to come to the presentation stage and we'll get that underway. As they do, I'd just like to acknowledge the umpires from the match. Field umpires Jeff Christiani, Lachlan Head, Lachlan McDonald. Boundary umpires John Rees, Max Petrovic. Goal umpires Nick Ford and Craig Terry, and our emergency Matt Geddes. Thank you guys for your contribution today. Sydney University, if you guys want to come a bit closer. But what an amazing grand final. To Pennant Hills, it's been a massive season. Commiserations, Clarkey and the side. I guess a tough way to lose, but to achieve what you have this year again is unbelievable, so you should hold your heads really high. So to Penno, bad luck, but great season. To Sydney University, 3 in a row. 2 years in Division 2. This year they've come up to Division 1. Probably not many people gave them too much of a chance, and they've gone all the way to win the premiership. An amazing effort, Sydney University. Congratulations. First up, we'll present the Best On Ground medal, and I'll get Darren Simpson, the State Football Operations Manager, to assist with that. And that goes to Sydney University, number 60, Christopher Kendrick.
When the kid who lives at the top of the hill at Henson Park opens his curtain,
I'd just like to thank the Sydney University Club for coming out in like sensational numbers today. Coming from 5th, I guess we were always going to take the hard route, and I've never been more proud to play with a bunch of boys like the boys that I'm playing with now. Credit to the midfield today, because I think those boys really won the game for us. And thanks to Pennant Hills, you guys put on a sensational contest. Thank you.
Congrats, Chris. If I can call Jake Gunston to the stage to say a few words on behalf of Pennant Hills.
Yeah, first of all, I'd just like to thank Sydney Uni. Awesome fight. You guys were really the team of the finals. You brought it when it mattered, and yeah, well done. To our boys, like, I couldn't be proud of everything we've achieved. You really stood up to every challenge. You fought till the very end. And the only thing I can say is there's always next year in footy, boys, and we'll come back stronger. Thank you.
Thanks, Jake. If the premiership winning captain, Thomas Kirkham from Sydney Uni, can come forward to say a few words on behalf of his side.
Thanks, everyone. First of all, of course, thanks to Pennant Hills. You guys were a gun side all year, and in the finals. I mean, you're a club that we have a big amount of respect for, the way you play and the club as well. So, and what a game. 1 point. Be proud of that effort, and we'll see you next year. To Matty Graham and Sydney AFL, again, an awesome competition all year. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to play in Div 1. And we've enjoyed it. Obviously, it was a battle all year. We knew we could do it. It took until probably the last month to really get set. And I'm just so proud of you guys today. Thanks again to the crowd. You guys were awesome. Wheeled us along the whole way, especially in that last quarter. A few minutes to go, it was probably the most stressful couple of minutes of my life. And these guys have just shown time and time again we're a great side. We play as a team, and let's really enjoy this win. Thanks, boys.
We'll now present the premiership medals, and to assist in the presentations is a familiar face up on stage, Harvey Banger-Gordon from Sydney University. Up first, number 3, Andrew Holmes. Number 8, Andrew McPherson. Number 11, Jared Boyd. Number 14, Dominic Vincent. Number 22, Michael Carey. Number 23, Patrick Coughlin. Number 24, Sam Ryan. Number 25, Ryan Kennedy. Number 27, Chris Brown. Number 29, Ben Fitzpatrick. Number 30, William Gowers. Number 34, Nick Dale. Number 35, Oliver Marnie. Number 36, Aaron Hawkins. Number 37, Sean McGrath. Number 42, Sam Clark. Number 43, William Pearce. Number 44, Michael Higgins. Number 54, Gary Birch. Number 55, Daniel Miller. Number 60, best on ground, Christopher Kendrick. Finally, your captain, number 5, Thomas Kirkham. And the coach, Adam Clark. Adam Clark. And we'll now get Harvey to present the Premiership Cup. So coach and captain, Sydney University Division 1 Premiers for 2015. That concludes our presentations. Up next we have the final game of 2015, the Premier Division Grand Final between East Coast Eagles and the Pennant Hills Demons. Thank you.